Hello, my name is Milo, and today we're going to be learning how to tune skis with my dad, John Rossi.
Hi, Milo.
Hi, Dad.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
How was your day?
It was good.
What did you do to your skis?
I went over a rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you want some help here?
Sure.
We'll try to bring them back as best we can,
Okay.
and then maybe help everybody out there who are skiers and who take care of their own skis and probably take care of their whole families, including their children's skis. So take that nice red vise and just give your ski a little pinch in there. All right? Not so crazy that you hurt it or yourself or anybody else.
There we go.
And we're going to hold it down. We're going to use two file types here, Milo. And one is a very long 12-inch file. And we're going to use that along the base of the ski. Okay? And then we're going to use this tool that I set up for you
What?
to do the edge. All right?
Okay.
So if you were to stand here, so this is a good way for anybody at home, if they're feeling just a little timid, I'm not sure if I'm ready to put the file to my ski, you can simulate the motion with, in this case, I have a piece of shingle, a paint stirrer, just something so you can hold it in your hand that's flat like this and begin to just work along the ski. And all you're trying to do is develop some muscle memory of how far can I stroke with my length of arm? What does that feel like? I'm also trying to help Milo know that you want to keep that piece of wood or the file at an angle like that. So whether you're here on the ski, up at the end, always hold it like this. Did that feel pretty good?
Yeah.
So now that you took those practice strokes, let me help you with one more thing. Hold your fingers inboard, the thumb. Don't press so hard like you're trying to break it in half. And just gently let the file do the work. And just take little strokes, about a foot big, and you stroke it like this. And do you feel the little resistance?
Tiny bit.
Tiny bit. So what that is are those other little pieces of edge that rock probably went sliding down as you went over it, and it may have scarred up some of the edging, which we're trying to restore and give him a nice sharp edge. So that's pretty good, Milo.
Wait, so why are we filing it if you just said that the wax is going to fill it all in?
Well, the wax will fill in all of these tiny little imperfections.
So then why are we filing it?
Because probably as important, if not more, is that you have a sharp edge of your ski. And the first place to do that is to establish the base so that it's perfectly flat. Perfectly flat. And I understand your question. We're not addressing any of these little imperfections. But what we're doing is we're making the base of the ski perfectly flat. We're taking out any rough points that could have been created. You can imagine running a metal edge over a rock could risk damaging it. So let me just adjust you a little bit. You're good? You just want to keep it at this angle. I use my thumbs inboard, meaning over the ski, and give that a little feel. And I'm not running far, 10 inches, and then walk yourself down the ski. Nice, gentle. Let the tool do the cutting for you. Keep that angle about like that. Good. And walk yourself to the tip. Now, if you think, Milo, in your last pass, you went over it and you didn't feel anything slowing you down,
Not really. I mean, not as much.
then
Yeah.
that's an indication that you've done all of your work and the file has taken off any high spots here.
Okay.
So hold that file and let me show you how you always maintain your tools. Look in there. Do you see all kinds of stuff that got picked up?
Yes.
What do you see? What colors?
Little black chunks of ski.
Right? Okay, that's called P-Tex. That's
Yeah.
the chunks of ski. And more so any metal shavings. See these little pieces of metal?
No.
That's from one we did earlier. But take this little metal brush and clear out the file in the direction, right? Yeah, you got it. And sometimes, if I can help you how to hold this, I put it right against the table, I hold it with one hand, and then I have to press really hard. And what the file will do is now be restored. Any materials that we've picked up are cleared out of the file. And I try to remind Milo and others that these files are very old. If you take care of them and wrap them up and put them away, as I do with our very unglamorous shop rag.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Right, I try not to let them touch. Take the ski, look at the vices, and let's open up that little turn screw.
The tiny thing.
Yep, just enough. And now place your ski on its side. Take the little pad of your finger, Milo, and run it down here. And are there any real rough spots?
Ow, ow, ow.
You're kidding me, it's not that rough. So there's a few little spots we want to try to remedy. And if you were imagining, right, do you think you could hold that thing so steady and go all the way down the edge, or would a tool help you?
A tool would help.
Well, it would. So we're going to take this little tool.
That's 88 degrees.
So what this will do is this will glide along the base of the ski. Look, it's going to go over the edge, and if you had this much file, it's going to get hung up in the binding or the brake.
On everything on the ski.
So let it come down about that much. And now what you don't want to do before you turn anything, never let metal touch the file. Beautiful.
Whoa.
Because you'll damage those little teeth. It's like a jeweler's file. They're very delicate. And it's the same as the flat file. You start here and you stroke. And don't try to do the whole thing at once.
I hit that.
What did we bump?
This.
I'm going to lift this up for you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay?
All right.
And be more delicate than heavy-handed.
Okay.
And I like to stand squared off at it and just...
That's satisfying.
It is. So try a different technique. Stand square off right in the middle of it and watch my hands before you go. I just want to go 10 inches, back up and overlap, 10 inches. And nice and steady as you glide that tool against the flat base. The file only cuts as you push it. You lift up, you drop again, you push, you lift up, you drop again. That's pretty nice. So what you're seeing are these little curls coming off, little material, very microscopic of an edge. That's a beautiful thing.
Ta-da!
So take your little pad of your finger or your fingernail.
It cut my fingernail.
And are you starting to feel an edge?
Yeah.
Are you satisfied with that?
Yes.
You know, I think I am too. That's really sharp. Feel that.
So I went over that
Run
part.
this little side of your fingernail down here. You have lots of fingernail left. That's a good one. I always save a little fingernail because then my fingers are shaped square because I'm always running them down a ski edge.
Whoa.
Do you feel that?
I cut my fingernail.
So let's loosen up the vise and flip the ski over, and let's work on that other edge.
Here we
You need some help here?
go. I'm on the other side.
Okay, all clear. Go up and over. Keep the base facing to your belly.
The base face. Okay, tighten your side.
How are we doing? Okay?
It's good, yeah. All right, I got this.
And I want to show one more thing to you. If you lift up that little tool that you've just assembled and look at the bottom of the file, do you remember how we cleaned out that other file?
Yeah. Do you need to clean it again?
You could, or you could just loosen it and move it forward ever so slightly, just enough that it's moving to a new location. Right. We're just trying to get a new clean cutting surface in here. We'll clean the file after we're done. So try that. And be ready, not so hard. It's a delicate, delicate pass. It's a delicate pass. Oh, that's okay. You can stop there. We can make an adjustment. And this is a good illustration of sometimes the tool you put together will bump and you'll be impeded by the design of the ski brake. I can help you with that.
No, wait, I got it. Here we go.
And here we can come back and make an adjustment so that that particular part of the ski has more of a smooth pass over it so that there's no chance of some choppy tuning. We want precision tuning. So from here, Milo, why don't you use that nice brush you just had in your hand
What? Okay.
and give this ski just a nice cleaning off
It has all like little shavings of
as
stuff.
best you can. There's a little bit of wax, but what we're trying to do is take off any metal shavings. we may be adding more than taking some away. Use just the palm of your hand. We're going to clear off any. We good?
Yeah.
What else do you need help with?
Do
you need help waxing, or can I go back to do what I was doing?
No. You're gonna wax my other ski. I'm gonna go. Bye.
I'm going to get stuck waxing?
Yeah, you're stuck waxing. Bye.
So we're going to wax the base of our skis now. This is something that we chose to step outside and do, because if in the event you're in a building that doesn't have proper ventilation, I can't say that the wax melting doesn't have an odor to it. So you can either use a very strong kitchen fan if you're in a shop that has an exhaust fan, or best, go out on a balcony, the back porch, a picnic table, run an extension cord. Be careful, you are using electricity. And if in this case where we're playing in the snow, we want to be a little extra careful. But it doesn't take that long, so I'll show you what we do. This is grandma's iron. It's 60 years old at best, if not more. The nice part about it is it's flat. It has no holes for steam. So that would be one that you want to look for if you choose to go a conventional iron, or if you buy a ski iron, they typically don't have holes in them. So I have this set at a rather high setting. We're working outside. This is an all temperature wax, and it generally does work in all temperatures. If it gets brutally cold, it's not as good as if you had a specific wax for cold temperature. So what I'm going to do, if we just take a look at this, is I'm going to run the tip of this hot iron along the base, and once I start melting the wax, I'm just going to snake our wax and the drip. Down I go. I'm trying to be consistent with the flow. I'm paying attention that I don't put my finger in the heat. Although I won't get too terribly hurt, it might wake me up a little bit. And I'm going to bring that right to the tip. And here you could see this wax melted. I've laid down what I call a snake down the middle. Depending on how much you need, you could take a second pass. And now I'm going to take my iron and operate it flat. And I'm going to lower the temperature now. I don't want the temperature so hot that I would risk damaging the ski, because the ski was built under extreme temperature and pressure, and if you apply too much heat, no different than ironing your shirt, you never want to leave the iron on the ski. If you're hearing sizzling, it's because there's a little bit of water dripping from icicles above us. It shouldn't cause any damage with what our process is here. But you could see now with the flat iron, I'm able to flow this wax across the entire base of this ski. Those small grooves that we put in with the brush, the wax is now able to take purchase. So we're just watching this in real time. It's like watching paint dry, but you can really see the result. The sheen is going away. More of a matte finish is starting to appear. Here we still have some hot wax. It's still very shiny and wet. This is much warmer because of the way the ski is constructed with the binding. It's holding the heat, whereas this is just a free plank of the ski. The cold is surrounding the ski and hardening this wax. So now that our base has been waxed, we've let it outside for 10 minutes. It's hardened up pretty sufficiently. I'm going to use my scraper. I'm going to use the long edge of my scraper as well as this little notch. This little notch, first thing I do is I clear out the edge that we worked so hard to create a perfect sharp edge, and I want to remove all the wax as best I can just off of that area. And I just push the scraper along. That is designed to do that. And that's just a concentrated little part of this tool, nothing terribly sophisticated, but it just cleans out that edge. Now with those edges cleared off, I'll take the flat edge of my scraper. Any side works. You can push it or pull it. I keep it at about a 45 degree, and I try to keep my fingers across it so there's equal pressure, and I try to take off most of the high spots of this wax. If you could see some of that residual coming off, and that's what it looks like. Now, keep in mind, a light touch is better, and multiple passes is better, because I want to keep wax on the base. That's the whole reason we tuned our ski. So I'll come back and overlap, and I will take a full pass all the way down the ski, covering the entire surface where we laid wax. And you can see how much has come off. Again, this is the mess that you want to clean up after yourself, and it does tend to get away. I'm going to take one final pass. What I'm doing is squaring it off. We had such a nice temperature on the iron that we really don't have a lot of highs or lows, peaks or valleys. And this is really coming out much to my satisfaction, in part because we let it harden outside. That makes a big difference. Even if you're tuning inside, sometimes just setting the ski outside, and we're outside, so I'm just going to set this free. Because the base now, the last step, is using this cork. And you can see my cork is impregnated with wax from the million previous tunings. And I'm going to take this, and with some muscle, I'm going to take this cork and with some strength work my way to really compress the wax into the ski, ensuring that there are very few peaks and valleys, and you can perfect your push or pull stroke. And if you're seeing the sheen that I'm seeing, this ski, sometimes I just use the palm of my hand just to take off the dusting.
This was ski tuning with my dad, John Rossi. Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, Milo.
Yeah. See you again next time. Bye.
Thanks for watching.